Picture the ideal crypto founder. He launches a branded currency, controls the supply, charges a fee whenever new tokens appear, changes the rules when the treasury looks thin, and responds to criticism with armed men. That is not a tech billionaire. That is a medieval king. Long before blockchains, royal money already had the essential machinery of a coin project. A founder, a logo, a minting network, a community held together by confidence, and a roadmap mostly labeled war. So were medieval kings, the original crypto bros. Let us examine the ledger. First, branding. A medieval penny was not merely silver. It carried the ruler's portrait, name, religious claims, and often the mint or money responsible. The king's face told you this tiny disc belonged to an authorized network. It was profile picture, blue tick, and terms of service, hammered into one inconveniently sharp object. In England, the crown enforced unusually tight control over coin production. Approved moneyers made the coins. Royal officials supervised the system. Anyone else attempting an unauthorized mint was not building in public. He was committing treason. Then came the business model. People brought bullion to the mint and received coins after production costs and the sovereign's share were deducted. That royal cut was seigniorage, essentially a minting fee, except the gas was charcoal and the validator owned a dungeon. And kings understood forced upgrades. Under King Edgar, England developed periodic recoinages. Old designs were replaced by new ones, bringing money back through authorized channels and making counterfeits easier to spot. In modern language, the entire kingdom was told to migrate to the latest token contract. Support for the legacy chain was withdrawn by decree. But the most crypto-bro behavior appeared when rulers discovered tokenomics. Philip IV of France repeatedly altered his silver pennies around the turn of the 14th century. By the early 1300s, some contained roughly a third of their former silver. Same royal authority, familiar coin, considerably less underneath. Then Philip reversed course. He restored strong money and rated one strong penny as equal to 3 debased ones. Paris landlords demanded rent in the stronger currency. The public's feedback arrived as a riot. This was more than simple counterfeiting. The crown controlled the official unit, the mint, and the conversion rules. Philip had not hacked the project. Philip was the project. It was a tokenomics update, with cavalry standing behind the announcement. Medieval money even had forks. During the civil war between King Stephen and Empress Matilda, central control fractured and rival authorities issued rival coins. Competing rulers, competing mints, competing claims to legitimacy. England briefly had multiple chains, and everyone insisted it was the canonical one. Security was equally familiar. Criminals clipped silver from a coin's edge and tried to spend the lighter coin at full value. Henry III's long cross penny extended its design toward the rim, making tampering easier to see. That was an anti-exploit patch in hammered silver. The system also had audits. Since at least the late 13th century, the trial of the picks has tested sample coins for weight and composition. Independent jurors sealed boxes, furnaces, and scales, proof of reserves, but conducted by men whose user interface was a pair of tongs. Not every launch succeeded. Edward I introduced a groat valued at 4 pennies, but it weighed less than 4 pennies together. The public remained wary, demand was weak, and most were melted down. A failed token launch, followed by the most literal burn mechanism imaginable. Meanwhile, trusted currencies developed network effects. The Florentine florin and Venetian ducat traveled because merchants recognized their quality and knew other merchants would accept them. Adoption created adoption. Rival rulers copied successful designs, occasionally with cheaper metal, because nothing says innovation like launching a suspiciously familiar coin in a neighboring jurisdiction. There is one obvious objection. Medieval coins were centralized, physical, and backed by precious metal. Crypto was supposed to remove the king. Exactly. Bitcoin promised money without a sovereign. Medieval coinage was the inverse. A token whose founder owned the mint, wrote the rules, supplied the branding, collected the fees, punished unauthorized miners, and could rewrite the economics when war became expensive. So were medieval kings, the original crypto bros. They had founder coins, compulsory migrations, forks, audits, security exploits, failed launches, network effects, and communities that became strangely emotional whenever the supply changed. The technology was different. The behavior was already fully minted.